Hey y'all, Rochelle here, your delightful crafter. So I have a Tonic Studios order to share with you guys tonight, and then I'm going to be focusing on this guy over here, and I'll explain that in a little bit. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you stick around a spell. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. Ding that bell next door if you want to get notifications of my future videos. Thumbs up, likes are always appreciated. And any questions or comments, please leave them down below. So, real quick, and then we'll get into the order. I'm sure a lot of you have had computers where they die on you. Like, they just flat out die on you. And you have stuff that's saved on it. Whenever you get rid of a computer that you think is dead, always pull your hard drive, because at least 50% of the time you can salvage the information that you have saved on there. So like for me, I have tens and tens of thousands of pictures that I have on a couple of different hard drives where the computers have died. And we've drugged these stupid computers around because I want to try and salvage from the hard drive. Anywho, my husband works in a secure building at his work, and one of their tech people lent us the hardware where you can take drives, plug it in, and if they're functional, you don't have to have them in a computer to use them. So in theory, should be able to pull everything off. Well, then you need a place to put it. So I bought a 4 terabyte external drive today on the way home. It was a very painful purchase. I got it. It was on sale, but I also added a warranty on it. And I grudgingly bought this because I don't like Western Digital. They have a horrible customer service, and their hardware, it doesn't last very long. I have 3 Western Digital hard drives. They've all died. And I don't abuse my equipment at all. If anything, I baby all of my electronics, all of it. So, but we only have the hardware for this weekend. Anyway, so the goal this weekend is to try and get whatever information I can off all these drives. Then my husband and my son, some of y'all who are my age will know who I'm talking about, Gallagher. I'm going to let them go all Gallagher on these hard drives. If you don't know who Gallagher is, he was a comedian, I think, from the early 80s time frame, maybe even 70s, I'm not sure, who loved to smash watermelons and any messy fruit on stage and get his audience nasty. You'd have to wear raincoats and all that stuff at his shows. Anywho, so they're going to get to go all Gallagher on these towers and hard drives that I've saved after this is done. And I'm hoping that I can get it all done this weekend. So wish me luck, because if I can't get it, I've lost a lot of wonderful pictures. So, anywho, we are not here for the hard drive. We are here for Tonic. And I'm just going to pull the bag out. There's no paper. I know, shocking. Y'all know that I've been waiting for the Santa's workshop color trend to come out. And I actually passed on all the paper. Honestly, I didn't really find it my cup of tea as far as Christmas colors go, but I did get the, I guess you want to call it the embellishment bundle. And that is the only thing that is in here. Anyway, the total bundle was $67.60 or $78, and I got my discount on it. So with shipping, it came to $67.96. So, yeah, I'm not gonna complain. That's what, 10, 18 cents for shipping. You know, basically, if you're crediting the discount I got. So, anywho, stick that there. This probably won't be a very long video. So the new colors for this trend, I'm actually very excited to see this. There's pigment ink. So in the diamond pads, there is a white pigment ink. Then you have the traditional hybrid inks in Glacier Cherry and Shamrock Green. So there's that. The only time I really use white pigment ink is like at Christmas and at Halloween. That's it. So, but it is good to have some pigment ink colors in your collection. If you've never worked with them, they do take much longer to dry. You can actually, because it takes so long to dry, you can emboss with it. Something to try. Yeah, I haven't used pigment inks in a while, but I do still have some in my stash. So, anywho, so there's that. A new color of the glitter marker in Iced Ivy. And you know what? I think this is, let me find. We're going to do this. We're going to use the back of this box. And I'm going to swatch for you guys. I never swatch for y'all. Now, I'm not going to swatch the pigment ink. It's white on white. I'm not going to mess with that. But we are going to swatch the Glacier Cherry. So really, like, definitely Christmas red. Then we have Shamrock Green. Definitely Christmas green. So there are those. And then I'm just going to put those back over here. And then our glitter marker in Iced Ivy. Come on out of there. It says, not me. Come on. Okay. So got to prime it. So it's going to take me a second. Come on, you can do it. There we go. It's coming out now. Oh, this one's going to be pretty. I like that. So there's that. I'm going to bring this up here for you to see. You can see that shimmer. So when it dries, it's going to be glittery, hence a glitter marker. So there's that one. We have Nouveau Dream Drops in the color Rudolph's Nose. So I'm going to do the drops that come in here up here so that I don't accidentally smear them across the page. I can't use this hand because this is really painful. And we will see. Come on, let go. There we go. I need to start doing this for you guys more often. I don't do it, and I'm sorry. So that's a dream drop. So when this dries, it's going to have a translucent, pearlescent look to it. And just a little tip. When you put your drops on a project, and I have a perfect dome up here, but if you want it a little flatter, depending on the, I'm going to say, flimsability of your project, if you knock it, just tap it like this, you can kind of, using gravity, kind of push it down, spread it out a little bit, knock the height off, so you can kind of see it's popping up there. So there's that one. We have crystal drops in the color sprig of mistletoe. So we will do this one. And I always, when I'm doing my drops, I kind of turn it, move it around just a little bit. And it kind of takes the, I call it the Dairy Queen peak, if you know the Dairy Queen cones. Takes that little curly cue off of it. So that's a crystal drop. And that one is going to dry like your normal like enamel dots that you go buy from the store. We have jewel drops. And this is the color Holly Berries. It dries translucent, so you can kind of see through it. I'm going to put it over here with the red. Another tip, using your drops. These are new, so it didn't do it. But when I use my drops, I always tend to start off with the bottle upside down, so the air goes up and you don't have little explosions of air popping out and ruining your project. So there's that. And that's another reason why I have these stands over here that the glue on. You can use that for your drops as well. And that is it for the drops. They have a new sparkle spray in the color Frosted Bow. Technically, you shouldn't shake it like this. That's a no-no. You should shake it side to side. And then you can do this. But when you're shaking it like this, you're going to force particles up and you can actually clog up your little spray bottle. Let's see. So there's that. Really, really deep green. And crazy, crazy sparkle. You see that? That's not just because it's wet. It is going to sparkle like that when it's dry. Excuse me. Oh, my bad. I was wrong. We have a glitter drop in the color Grotto Green. So, I'm not a big glitter drop person. Okay. It's kind of translucent. It kind of dries down and the glitter concentrates. Yeah. So there are the 4 drops that come in this collection. I'm not going to open up the mousses. We have an embellishment mousse in the color Myrtle Green. Really pretty green. I like that. And then we have a crackle mousse in the color Rose Hip. Crackle mousse, if you're not familiar with Nuvo or with their different embellishment or their different mousses, crackle mousse is exactly what it says. Now, you can rub it on thin like you would in the embellishment mousse, but this is, you want to kind of like use it with a spatula, like with stencils, put it on a little thick. The thicker you get it, the more pronounced the cracks are going to be. If you're going for like a rustic look. And I do suggest you not go super thick because then when it starts cracking, it can actually fall off your project. So I like to work with like stencil thickness or just a little higher than the stencil. So there's that. The other thing is I try to keep the foil on if possible. If not, I use the Reynolds cling wrap, the press and seal. Once you open these, they do have a lifetime, or I should say an expiration time. Of course, if you're in a more humid part of the country, it's going to last longer. A dry area, it's going to dry out faster. But if you keep the foil or the press and seal on it, you're going to extend the life if this isn't something you use on the daily. Next, we have a glacier paste. Love their glacier pastes. Again, same thing. Foil keep the foil or use the press and seal over the top and then put your lid down, and it extends the life. These are really fun. It's basically like a mousse. Well, no, it's not really like a mousse. You do want to use it. You can use your fingers to put it down, spatulas, brushes. You can put them on your like craft mat, wet them down and kind of watercolor with them. You can do the same thing with the mousses, and but this has a shimmer to it. And this is crushed cranberry. To me, this looks more like Rudolph's nose, but that's my opinion. We have 2 embossing powders, which I'm happy about. We have sugared strawberries. And so this is going to be a glittered embossing powder. And you can really see the sparkle in it. Really, really pretty. And then we have pine needles. And this is a more matte embossing powder. It does have a little bit of sparkle in it. Also, if you're new to crafting, and I highly suggest there's stuff that's out there that, depending on the brand, there's like diamond dust or sparkle dust, or like the clear sparkly embossing powders. And so say you have an embossing powder like this, but you want it to sparkle. You can actually, what I do is I get I have little porcelain dishes. You can mix a little bit of this and a little bit of like the sparkly embossing powder together. And you can get yourself a sparkly green if that's something you're looking for. So you just got to play around. If you have 2 different things, but you want, say like I said, you want the glitter, but you have the flat green, try and mix and see what you can come up with. The last thing, I'm going to pull this down. I don't know if you can see them. But this one is, you can kind of, it's got a glow to it because it's translucent. This is more solid. This has a pearlescent look. And the green is really intensifying as the glitter drop is drying because it's kind of shrinking in on itself. So, and remember, just smack it down. You can smack them down. All right, and the last thing is the Santa's Workshop Glitter Sequin and Confetti Mix. I wanted to get into this, but I decided to wait until I was on camera with you guys because I always throw this out. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. I keep these boxes because, say like you're doing a box card, and sometimes you have and they have scenes, and so say like you have butterflies or bees flying in the air. I keep these and I just snip them in little strips so that I can attach those design pieces, and so they're on something clear and you're not wasting the expensive acetate that you buy for your shaker cards. So I just flatten it out like that, and I have a drawer that I keep, I call it my salvaged acetate for projects like box cards and projects like that. So this came with sequins in candy cane, and so it's a silver and red striped sequins. They kind of remind me of Christmas Hershey Kisses. So there's that. We have Falling Snow Pure Sheen Glitter. And this is what I was talking about. I wouldn't add a lot of this, but you can add a little bit of this to your green, like I said, in like a porcelain dish. And remember, you're not, unless you have an empty bottle or something, I only mix enough for what I'm going to use. I wouldn't use a lot of this because this is a glitter, not an embossing powder, but you can add it to your embossing powder, just saying. But I would highly suggest getting a clear embossing powder that has, it basically looks just like that. So there's that. We have Starlit Snowflakes confetti, and they have a holographic look to them. Really pretty, great for shaker cards. And last but not least, Piercing Glitter in Christmas Magic. And this kind of reminds me of, I think they call it Red Slipper. I think they have a color close to this called Red Slipper or something like that. But definitely Christmas colors. Very happy with it. So now this I don't keep. These I do. I keep all of these little pieces because I have like like the rings, the little snap rings, and I just keep these all on a ring. So I have one for glitter markers and ink pads and the aqua markers, the ones that come packaged with these. I keep these, and it's basically my little swatch ring, and I can see what I have in case something comes out, or I make sure I have it before I buy it again. So anywho, that's it. That is my Tonic Studios haul. Basically one item, the bundle, but the bundle was full of all the Christmas goodies here. So my sister, I take her to the airport tomorrow. She flies back to Florida, and they pack up their house and move back. So her husband and her daughter will be moving here into their place. Once they get settled in, she and I are going to start doing Christmas cards. I also want to do some Halloween cards. So that's something that's going to be coming up, I'd say, in the next month, just so we can get started. Tomorrow, if not tomorrow, on Sunday, there'll be another video. It's gonna be a collective haul. It's got a couple of die sets in it, and I got in 2 orders from Lennox. I ordered the Lennox ornament tree and the Lennox Halloween ornament tree, and then a couple of ornament sets. And I would go check out, I'm not affiliated with Lennox, I would just go to their website, check them out. Even if you didn't use the ornaments on the Lennox tree, if you have mini trees, these are fantastic prices that I think they're still running it. They're discontinued, so they're just trying to get them on sale and I guess out of their warehouse. But the ornament sets, new, run anywhere from $150 to $180 and the ornaments, they're minis. They're little ornaments, and there's anywhere from 9 to 12 ornaments per set. I have all but one set that I want. The set that I want really, really bad, I can find it, but I don't want to pay $300 for it. They have a beach set that is absolutely, it's their summer, their summer set. But again, these are all retired and discontinued. And some people went out and bought a bunch of them and have jacked the prices up because you can't find them anymore. So yeah, that's my dilemma. I guess I shouldn't complain, first world problems. Anywho, I hope you guys have a great night, fabulous weekend. Like I said, I will be back at least once this weekend, but I'll be focusing on trying to salvage old pictures and files. And I just pray it works. So, yep. Y'all have a great night. This is slowly healing. I change this a couple times a day. I think hopefully Monday it'll be healed enough that I don't have to keep a band-aid on it anymore. If you're curious, last weekend I was all excited about a tonic set that arrived. and I was stupid. The envelope was sealed, taped shut on the, like, I call it the zip strip. You know, you can rip it and the envelope opens. They taped it. And I'm always like extra careful with knives, but I don't know. I had a brain fart, I think. And I was holding the envelope like this, and I pulled the knife like that, and it just sliced really deep right here. And but the way it was cut, they couldn't give me, there was no point. They couldn't give me stitches, so I've just had to keep it clean, keep changing the the band-aids on it. But again, the way it's cut, if I don't have the band-aid on it, if I'm sleeping, it's going to catch on something and rip open. So yeah, kind of sucky. But okay, y'all have a great night. Take care. Love you guys to pieces. As always, happy crafting. Bye-bye.